And welcome on another Sunday to the our topic on life skills. Of course, we were discussing on alternate career choices that we could all think about. Rather, you could start thinking about probably from an early stage, so that you can plan early and you can succeed in a good way. Am I audible to all of you?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, Aditya.
Yes,
Okay.
I think you all
Yes.
can we
No,
make your
see-
video on so that we can see you. Keep your videos on. That's wonderful.
Okay, so we'll start off right away since we have a very limited time frame on Zoom, so I don't think we could waste much time over other things. Okay, so we'll get into the first topic for today, which is, can someone read this out to me?
Digital marketing.
Digital marketing manager.
Perfect. Okay, so this is one of the topics that I discussed, in the introduction class. Okay, so this is a very new age career which has started probably about, you can say about 8 to 10 years ago, because before that, the usage of the internet was very minimal, and then we didn't have much scope to do. And but of course, today, because of the advent of Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter, and so on. So we have millions and zillions of apps today that we all use, and we all are part of. That we could use it as a very good promotional tool. Okay, so this one which says I'm a digital marketing expert. So what exactly do we do as a digital marketing professional? So you will develop plans to promote a product, service, or organization online. So basically, you will be promoting any product or a company online. So you will be doing so by strategizing and designing campaigns, advertisements, and online engagements for the benefit of the clients. Okay. Now you will be using online tools like social media posts, videos, surveys, and create performance reports of online awareness campaigns and handle their online marketing operations. Now, to become a digital marketing manager, you have to be good with social media platforms. Like, I'm sure you all know what are social media platforms, right? See, Facebook is a social media platform. WhatsApp is a social media platform. Rather than WhatsApp, you can say Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, and other, platforms that we have, that we use on the internet. These are all, social media platforms. Okay. You will also require a certain amount of technical know-how in the field. So basically, you will need to know how exactly you can market these products to the, to your clients, so that it reaches the right person, right? So we have almost everybody on the internet today, but then you need to know how it reaches the right person. So that is the job of a digital marketing professional. Okay. Now you can do a bachelor's degree in business administration for 3 years, after which you can enroll for a diploma or a master's degree in digital marketing. The government of India also offers a specific online course called Certified Digital Marketing Master in this field. It's called CDMM, a Certified Digital Marketing Master. Okay. Now this is a government of India approved program, which you all can enroll, and you can take up the exams if you want to become a digital marketing professional. Okay. Just give me 1 second. I have a few. Okay, no worries. Okay. So this is something, of course, somebody who wants to get into the, who wants to get into celebrity management, or probably who wants to get into the entertainment industry, you can plan on doing this. I'm a fashion designer. So I'm sure it's a pretty easy one. I don't need to explain much, but of course, you will be designing clothes, study fashion trends, and work with new materials to create fashion trends. Now you will study the fashion market to understand what will become popular in the next coming days. Okay, now you will create ideas based on the understanding of what is popular. I will also design accessories and create fashion labels and lines. Okay, now to become a fashion designer in India, you need to take the NIFT entrance exam to enroll into one of the National Institute of Designs. Now, the courses that are offered in different fashion designing institutes are Bachelor in Designing and Bachelor in Fashion Technology, to name a few. Okay, now you can apply to various design schools across the world as well. Now, after enrolling, you can choose a specialization in apparel, shoes, or jewelry design. Okay, apparel is nothing but clothing. Okay, clothing is called apparel. Okay, so next we'll get into our next alternate career option, which is I am a ecologist. Now, this is again for someone who is interested in saving our environment and the nature, who's very keen on who has a keen passion about nature, can think of having a career as an ecologist. Okay, now you study the relationship between organisms and the environment. Now you will research and work on life processes of plants, animals, and how they develop in relation to the ecosystem. Okay, now you will be conducting surveys, carry out research programs and studies, and record the data you find, like discoveries of new species, effects of activity like deforestation on the animals in the area, etc. Okay, now to become an ecologist, you need to study biology as one of your subjects in high school. Then you can do a 3-year program in 3-year degree or a bachelor's program in environmental science, biology, botany, or biotechnology. Okay, now to enter the field, you will need to pursue a master's degree in environmental science and a PhD in environmental science. Okay, now you can also do environmental management or ecology. Okay. Fine. Our next topic is, I would like to be an educational writer. I'm sure you people must have, noticed, like, there is somebody who's writing all your study material, right? You must be studying different subjects like maths, social studies, English, so on, whatever subjects that you study in school. Who exactly writes these, notes, the textbooks for you? That is somebody who's an educational writer. Now, basically, educational writers are of different forms, starting from middle school, high school, whatever degree courses that you're going to be taking up. All these are written by a single person or probably a team of people. And then it is published by, I think, NCERT is your books, right? I think for CBSE students would know that NCERT is their, the textbooks that they use. So the same way, educational writer, I'll just go through the writing. Okay, they make books, lesson plans, guide books, and pamphlets that can be used for educational purposes in schools and colleges. Okay, they also write articles about the education system. So they develop lesson plans, keeping in mind the students who will be reading the book, and create it in a manner that is relevant, creative, appropriate. Now, to become an educational writer, you need to have a proficiency in writing. Okay, now you can work as a school magazine editor and contribute to magazines and newspapers. Like, you must all be aware that, probably you have your school magazines and school newspapers that comes out once in a year, or probably, on a monthly basis. So probably, somebody who's keen on writing, so you can take up the job as a content editor for your school magazines and school books, so that you can get a good experience before you take up your job hands-on. Okay, now to become an educational writer, you need to take up a bachelor's degree, a BA for 3 years, either in journalism or in literature. Now, additional creative writing courses are widely available. Okay, now you can also intern with publishing houses that produce school books. Like I said, there are numerous companies. Like I said, NCERT. NCERT is the book that is used for CBSE students, right? So you can intern with them and take up a job as an intern writer. Okay, just give me a moment. Okay, now this is for someone who is a social worker. Now, basically, you all know that Mr. Vardarajan, he's running a trust which is called Vokane Seva Trust, who's organizing this particular course on life skill, for all of us. Okay. Now, basically, Mr. Vardarajan is a social worker. He works towards the benefit of the society, and of course, he wants to create better students for our future. So, hence, he is creating, this particular life skill course for the benefit of all of you, right? So basically, a social worker can be of different fields. You can take up, if you can see Mr. Vardarajan's board, it says Parisara, Shikshana, Arogya, and Kale. So, Parisara is basically our nature and environment. Shikshana is in the field of education. Arogya is health, and Kale is basically arts, form of arts. So basically, in their trust, they are promoting these 4 aspects. Right? So in the same way, you can become a social worker and work towards creating a better society by helping people or animals who are facing difficult situations, right? Now, as a social worker, you will work with the government to provide people and animals with shelter, food, medical treatments, employment, safety, etc. Okay, so now to become a social worker, you can start at the school level by volunteering or by volunteering at NGOs and by taking care of animals in shelters. You could probably, once the session is over or after, our life skills session, you can get in touch with Mr. Vardarajan and probably ask him, if you could volunteer to some of their programs that whatever they conduct. And, you can volunteer and work, for the NGO, right? For the betterment of the people. Okay, now to become a social worker, you can do a bachelor's degree in social work, that is a BSW for 3 years, followed by a master's degree in social work, basically that is MSW for 2 years. Now, actual experience and volunteering in the field is most beneficial for this field. Okay. Okay, now what we have is, can someone read this out to me?
Forensic scientist.
Forensic scientist.
Perfect. Now, have you heard of this word before? Have you heard of this stream? You have heard of it. Where exactly? I heard a couple of people who said that they have heard of it. Can you explain where you have heard of this?
During crime scene.
Perfect. Yes. So since we all watch movies and then we all know about, how police or the military crack, crimes, they use what is called as forensic sciences. So basically, this is a program where they look out for any, fingerprints and, when we have other forms wherein they could crack who has been present at the site of the crime. So we all use who are called as forensic scientists. So basically, the job of a forensic scientist would be to analyze and study crime scenes using various scientific methods and technological devices to identify criminal evidence. Now, they look for the DNA evidence and other clues which might help solve crimes. Now, they work with the law enforcement to do this. Okay. Now, to become a forensic scientist, biology and chemistry and mathematics are important subjects during school. Okay. Now, many countries offer a bachelor's degree in BSc in forensic sciences, which is, of course, not very popular in our country at this point in time. But of course, going further, we might have good universities that would provide these courses for you all. Okay. Now, otherwise, you can do a bachelor's degree in biology, chemistry, or organic chemistry for 3 years, and then follow it up with a master's degree in forensic sciences. All right. Okay. Now, this is a very important topic that probably, which is, we can say, is the need of the hour for the current situation that we all are facing. Of course, now we have been having good rains, and you all know, right, that we all get our water, whatever water that we receive is from the Kaveri River, right? So most of us, I think, most of Bangalore gets its water from the Kaveri River. It's stored in the KRS dam, right? So now what happens usually, every year during the summertime, you might have heard that, there is an acute shortage of water, and then the rainfalls have been, there's been a deficit in the rainfalls. And some of you must have bore wells at your house, right? Now, these bore wells, the water that you get is something that we call as groundwater. Now, this groundwater keeps receding. If we keep taking away the groundwater, the level keeps on going down. So that's what usually they say. Earlier during the 80s, probably the 60s and 80s, we used to get groundwater at about 500 feet, or maybe less than that, 400, 300 feet. We used to get groundwater. Now I know of people who are talking about going up to 1,500 feet, 1,000 feet, and so on. Why is that? That is because the level of groundwater, it is a natural resource, so it keeps reducing the more we use it, right? Now, for the same reason, to maintain a good level of water, and then to make sure that we conserve enough water, we have our next career option, which is that of an hydrologist. Okay. Now, the work of an hydrologist is to research the distribution, circulation, and physical properties of water and water bodies, along with monitoring the water cycle. Okay, now they will also look at ways to keep these water bodies clean, right? Now they will be working on hydroelectric water projects, irrigation systems, and on wastewater treatment to make water reports for the government, and the scientists, and for research companies that work on environmental concerns. Right now, to become a hydrologist in India, you need to have science as an important subject during your high school. Now you can then do a 3-year bachelor's degree in geography, environmental science. Now this can also be followed it up. You can also follow it up with a master's degree. In other countries, a bachelor's degree in geology, environmental science, geoscience, or geography can help you advance in this field. Okay. Okay, just give me a second. There are a couple of messages that are coming on the WhatsApp group. Oh, okay. That's the address. Okay, fine. No worries. Okay. Now, another important career option that probably you guys can think about is a market research analyst, right? Now, what does a market research analyst do? Now, they study the market conditions for a product or service and help determine its future in the market. Now, they also research on how the consumption of the product or service can be boosted, right? Now, every now and then, that probably, if you can take the chocolate brands like, we have Cadbury's, and then we have Nestle. These are these are companies that manufacture what we call as FMCG, that is, consumer goods. So basically, they keep coming up with new brands, right? You must have noticed, there is a new brand of chocolate that comes into the market, or a new brand of soap that comes into the market. So basically, how do companies decide which product they need to launch, or which product is fast moving in the market? So that is done basically by the help of a market research analyst, right? Now, they decide which product is best suited for the market, analyze data on consumer preference, their needs, and then the buying habits. Now, this helps them to create reports for clients, which can be used to boost potential sales. right? Now, to become a market research analyst, you need to do a bachelor's degree in commerce, so that's basically a BCom, or you can do a business management, or that which is basically a BBA. Now you can study statistics or media program. Now all these are of 3-year duration. Now in India, you can do any of these courses and then follow it up with an MBA in marketing and finance. Okay. Just give me 2 minutes. Right. Now, there's something which I'm very passionate about. Okay. Now, this is a job of a storyteller. I'm sure you all enjoy stories, right? Probably, during your when you were kids, you must have heard a lot of stories from your, grandparents and of course your parents and uncles and so on. Now, this is not just limited to your houses. Storytelling is a professional art that you can you can have in yourself, and then you can use it as a career option going forward. Now, basically, as the title suggests, it's pretty much clear. Now, you will be telling stories to a large audience using your voice, its modulations and gestures in a theatrical setting. Now, they mostly do solo shows, but can also be part of theater groups. Okay. So, a job of a storyteller is to research stories and create new stories for people and present them on stage. Now, many a times they use lighting, music, and the stage space to tell a story in a dramatic form. Now, to become a professional storyteller, you don't necessarily need any specific course, but a bachelor's degree in theater along with courses in storytelling is helpful. Now, being able to create stories and recreate existing stories with a unique touch are very important in this field. Volunteering at local theaters and story clubs can be helpful, right? Just give me one moment. Now, see, this is something that I'm sure most of you wouldn't have heard. In fact, I was pretty shocked when I heard it for the first time. Now, this is a course in shoe designing, right? Now, did you know that there is actually a professional course where you can design shoes? In fact, you can start doing it right away. A couple of companies, I'm sure you must have heard of Myntra and Meesho and so on. Now, these companies, they actually let students and interns design and create their own shoe labels. So you can have a brand of your own, and then you could release your shoes. They'll help you with, if you can get some good designs for them, you can go check it out. You can go check it out on probably Myntra and I think even Meesho. Meesho is doing pretty well these days. You can go check these platforms out, and you could create and design your own shoes and even your t-shirts and the hoodies, what we call, and so on. Right now, let's discuss about shoe designing. Okay. Now, basically, you will be designing shoes for your own design label. Okay, or you will work for other shoe brands as a designer. Now, you will study the trends in the market to create these designs. Okay, now you will be sketching different designs, keeping in mind gender, likes, comfort, and preferences to the users. Now, you can also decide the materials that you would like to use for your creations. Shoes come in different materials, right? You have the cotton variety, and then you have the leather variety, and so on, right? Now, to become a shoe designer in India, you can apply for a bachelor's degree in footwear design, or you can join a diploma course, which is available in many fashion institutes across the country. The entrance to most of these courses is through a qualifying exams. Now, in other countries, you can do a bachelor's degree in fashion, fine arts, or graphic design, and then follow it up with a diploma in shoe design and shoe retail and merchandising. You can also create a portfolio of your designs, which is very important in this particular field. Okay, our next topic. Okay, so we are towards the last 10 minutes of our meeting today. And so, Mr. Vadrajan, do you want to have a word with the team, or can I take up the last 5 minutes or so?
I think you can continue, because I've already sent a message, and in the beginning I have explained about our continuing with 2 more lectures, that is on 14th and 21st.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Fine then. I'll continue with the topic for now. Okay.
Yeah.
So now this is a career in, I am a research and development engineer. So basically you must have all heard the word R&D. R&D is nothing but research and development. So basically what do you do as a research and development engineer? You will be carrying out research in the market field for your company, create new ideas and opportunities based on it. Okay, now you will create newer technologies that will help in the development of existing ideas. Okay, you will work with scientists and researchers to develop and design prototypes and models for new products which are best suited for the consumer. Now, for this field, you will have to take up chemistry, physics, biology, and mathematics as subjects in your high school. Then you can do a BTech in the field that you would like to work in, which can be chemical engineering, biomedical engineering, etc. Now, you can also do an MTech or an MSc in the same field, after which you can gain experience in research labs through internships. Now, some countries require a professional certification to become a R&D engineer. Okay. Now, this is something which is, you can take up as a passion, or, it is for someone who is looking to advance their passion in the field. Now, this is a card on a teacher for special education. Now, basically, what exactly is a special education? Now, the teachers who cater to kids who have special abilities, right? Now, you must have heard, some kids who are not healthy as, or probably who are not as gifted as you all, right? Even they do require teaching, right? Now, this is a teacher who works with students who are differently abled or have learning disorders. So they create the curriculum to them based on their needs. So you will be working with students on their behavioral and their academic learning, many times on one-on-one level. Now, to become a special education teacher, you must get a bachelor's degree as well as a diploma in special education from one of the approved institutes from the Rehabilitation Council of India. Now, in other countries, you can do a bachelor's course and then gain experience by working with other special education teachers, right? Now, getting certified is a must to become a teacher in this field. Okay, so we'll come to probably the last topic of the day, and that would be, I'm a sports manager. So you must have all heard about whenever we have a cricket tournament that goes on, there are a couple of managers from each team that go with the team, right? Now, if India is playing Australia and India is playing in Australia, usually you must have heard manager or 2 managers, they usually accompany the team to the place wherever they are playing. So let's say, for example, in Australia. Now, what exactly is their job over there? The players are going to play the match. The coach is going to help them. But why do you need? Now, basically, the doctor goes with them because if there's an injury, he'll have to take care of them. But what exactly does a sports manager do? So they manage athletes and their business dealings, okay, such as team contracts, promotions, and advertisement deals. Now they help them get coaches and representations from different brands. Now they promote the players with brands and sports teams to create awareness about them as athletes. Now, to become a sports manager, you can do a 3-year-long BPA or a bachelor's degree in sports management, right? Now, if you get a bachelor's degree in a different subjects, you can, of course, you can do a master's degree in sports management. Now, many MBA institutes offer courses in sports management. Now, basically, I'm sure many of you who are interested in sports, but then, at the early age, you do not get adequate opportunities, or probably, you do not have good coaches to, get into sports as a player. Now, there are different ways that you can get into the industry, the sports industry. You can become a manager. And the last week, if you remember, we spoke about a sports physiotherapist. So there is, you can become a physiotherapist. There are different ways that you can get into the sports field, or probably, any other field. Now, if you like getting into the entertainment industry, you don't necessarily have to be only the actor, who gets, of course, an actor gets all the limelight, we know there is a Shah Rukh Khan and there is a Salman Khan. Whenever think of a movie, we always think about the hero, or probably the next is the heroine, the protagonist, right? But there are also different ways. There are different career avenues through which you can get into the entertainment industry. You can get into the production department, the direction department. There is the art department. There are so many ways you can get, you can become a director, you can become a production assistant, you can become a production manager. And of course, the art department is someone who builds the sets for these movies. So, there is a very big art department that works on every movie that you watch. So, there are different ways, there are different career avenues for all of you. And especially in today's world, we have hundreds and hundreds of career options for all our upcoming students. Okay. So you can decide what suits you the best and what exactly you're passionate about, and then choose a career wisely. Right. So I will wind up my session for the day. And then I'll ask Mr. Vadrajan to take over if he has anything to say. So once again, thank you, kids, for joining on this Sunday. So I'll meet you all again next Sunday at 10:30 a.m. Okay. So happy Sunday to you guys.
Okay, wonderful narration and different career options. Neeraj wants to say something.
Sir, I told thank you to Aditya, sir.
Oh, that's wonderful. Good career options, plenty of openings. And recently, I also read about Rahul Dravid being appointed as Indian coach with nearly 10 crores of annual payment. Wonderful, no? Great, 10 crores. See, to become something like that, you have to become an expert in the whatever field you choose. That's what it is. Okay, be it cricket, be it chef, be it direction, be an R&D engineer, whatever it is. Once you become an expert, and the returns will flow without your knowledge. That's what the trend is. So whatever field you choose, become an expert and be a outstanding performer. Okay, you should be unique. You should stand out in the crowd as a leader in whatever field you have. Okay, so as I said, we'll continue on 14th and 21st, and after 21st, we'll send you a participation certificate for all those who participated. It will be useful for you, and enjoy learning, enjoy doing whatever you do. Okay, and anybody else wants to talk? Hopefully next week we'll talk about either personality development or we'll talk about the time management. These two, I think, subject will cover, and then we'll try to wind up our session on advanced life skill training. Okay. Time management is also one of the interesting subject, and which we need to follow, because time doesn't wait for anyone, it just clicks. Okay, that's why it is. So we'll continue on time management and probably a little bit on out-of-box thinking. What do you think is out-of-box thinking? Okay, just think yourself. We'll discuss about that subject also. Okay. then we'll have a section on a bit on personality development, how to develop ourselves. And then I think we have already spoken about it. I will give a little bit more touch. Okay. With that, I think